And then my only question for the three of you is if I know Sav's drinking already, but if anyone else has any unopened beverages that they want to participate in the opening crack with, this is the
Yes,
time.
sir.
Bro, it's Modelo time.
It's
Yeah.
Yo,
Modelo's.
I was copying these in 7-Eleven, and there was this guy in line behind me, and he was holding a case of Modelo's, and I was like, it's Modelo time. And he was like so creeped out. I was
What?
like, bro, just vibe with me real quick.
He did not want anything to
He
do.
was like, yeah, okay.
He's like low key
Weird ass
drinking because
motherfucker.
it was like such a hard day. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
he's like, I guess it's Modelo
Yeah,
time.
he's like, is this guy flirting with me? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh hell, yo! But are we gonna crack
Yep.
Gabriel? Do you have one too?
I don't, unfortunately.
What? Oh,
I got some water I can crack open.
okay.
Yeah, if you want to.
All right, we're
All right, Michael.
water, like hard water bottle.
In three, two,
Wait.
Oh wait,
one.
oh wait.
Welcome to the Beers with Bands podcast with your host, Michael Torres. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Beers with Bands. This week, I'm very stoked. I'm sitting down with it's Levan, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I was going to ask earlier, and then I completely forgot, and I don't want to butcher it.
Dude, you're like the first person to say it right, honestly, too.
Facts.
Well, I will give a little credit to Sav because I heard him say
Oh.
it when he
Oh.
had when he was doing his backgrounds. So I heard it and I was like, okay, I think I can remember this. But yeah, I'm sitting down with Levan. How you guys doing,
Doing good, man. How are you?
Good,
dude?
bro.
I'm doing great. It's Thursday, almost the weekend. Drinking some beers. Going to talk with you guys about your band. So it's it's a good night.
Heck yeah. It's gonna be fun.
For people that are unaware of Levan, you guys are like an alt rock band based out of New York and Utah, which we'll get into here in a little bit because that's a wild difference in general. But you guys recently put out a new EP that we'll talk about. But before we get there, can you kind of go around the room and kind of say who you are and what you do in Levan?
All right. I'm Severio. I'm the front man. I write a lot of the lyrics, but these guys help me out as well. We all pitch in on that end. And yeah.
Cool. Gina?
Yeah, sure. I'll fuck it. I'm Gino and or Matthias. It's like my other little producer alias. And I play guitar and write some of the songs.
Oh yeah. I'm Gabriel. I switch off playing lead and rhythm guitar. Me and Gino kind of hopscotch around that. But
Where's your camera
His
going?
phone was slowly
Like,
going
slowly
up.
but yeah. I guess second guitarist.
Okay, hell yeah. And I know we're missing a couple dudes. Who are they and what do they do?
Gino,
So
you could tell.
yeah, so um it'd be our bassist and my brother, right, Sebastian. And then the drummer, our drummer Sammy. He's just a good close friend that we've all known for a long time.
Well, this is for the ones that can't make it to the episode. This is where we pour one out in their honor. By pour one out, I just mean we have a drink in their honor because we don't waste alcohol on this pod. So this is
Oh
to
yeah.
them.
Them.
But yeah, going through everything, you guys are for people listening. You guys are pretty relatively kind of newer band. I think started in like 2024, and then like the first single, Porcelain Rock, was like in April I think of 2025. So you know, pretty fresh. Like, kind of, can you guys take me kind of like what's the Levan origin story? Because like I mentioned, half of you in New York, the other half's in Utah, which is a crazy mix up. Like, how did everyone come together to become this band?
Yeah, Gino. kind of take it away, I guess.
Oh yeah. So I would say so me, Gabriel, and my brother Sebastian, we're all here from Utah. Uh Obviously known my brother for life, but met Gabriel way back in middle school. Um and kind of long story short, proposed the idea about the band, right? In late November of like 2024, so right at the very end. And at first, it was just supposed to be like a page for us to kind of like post like covers and maybe some demos we write. Then just a couple months later, we the way I met Sav, right, was through the internet as well. I'd probably say around the COVID era, we were making a ton of just music on the internet back and forth, and that's how the connection to New York is. I know Sav as well as like a ton of
Yeah, we
other
were like
homies.
basically in like the underground like SoundCloud scene.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, and like these two though, like I was kind of in a drought. I was like kind of just tired of making like rap. Like I made like alternative rap music and stuff. I was always singing. I was classically trained, but I so like like I just was craving something more. Always wanted to be in a band, and then it's like a just a calling, like a sign, just like popped up. Like I see on Gino's story he posts this video of him and Gabe playing what would be Porcelain Rock, and then I see it and I immediately came up with the hook like on the spot. Like I was pacing around my kitchen and like the acoustics are great in there, so I was just like belting it out.
bro.
And
Yeah,
then I was like, yo, like because I think you even said something on your story about how you guys like were looking
yeah.
for
That's
vocals,
literally
right?
I was
Yeah,
about
so
to.
I was like, fuck it, like and so I sent him a voice memo. I'm just like, it's like the way you're talking down on me, and then he's like, yo, that slides, and then that's just how it happened. He sent me the whole instrumental, and then and then I made the demo. We stuck with that demo too.
Yeah, and then when we decided that we like wanted to put the song out and everything, kind of started putting together already the idea of like playing it together like as friends, and so we were like, all right, I guess we gotta get a band together, you know? So instantly I just asked my brother Sebastian, who's the string player, guitarist first, obviously. But if you've seen his Instagram, you know he plays a ton of like guitar. But he was more than happy to join and do the bass. And then Sammy, who I've kind of known through similar reasons, just on the internet, through Instagram and friends. I kind of been following him in his band, Things Left Unsaid, for a while. Um, we needed somebody to kind of play for our initial shows we were having in New York. And he was like, yeah, I think Sav um, made reached out to Sammy and kind of coordinated that. But when we all linked
Yeah, I
up, it was
straight up was
crazy.
like, yeah.
It was crazy. We touched down in Brooklyn in the studio. I forget what city that was. And we were like, all right, let's run through this one time late at night. We just got off. We're still kind of. I don't think we just got off the plane, but we ran through the set and basically sounded kind of how our like demo sounded. And we're like, yeah,
Yeah.
everybody was really happy with the way everything was sounding, and kind of just asked Sammy at the end of the night of the first show to like, yo, do you wanna join? And that's just kind of he was more than down, so that's kind of how that went down.
Yeah, we straight up like asked him just to like fill in basically. We were like, bro, because I asked him like a month before and I was like, dude, can you like do this? And then he was like, yeah, I'll practice the songs and like I'll do the shows. Like I'd love to do a weekender with you. And then it just so happened that he would hop in as like the full-time drummer.
That's
Yeah, it
wild.
was lit.
Yeah.
And so like that time,
Yeah.
like after you guys go to New York and like kind of meet up and go to go to the and rehearse the set, was that the first time you guys had also like met in person, or did you guys like have met
Nah,
prior
yeah.
to that?
Yeah, you left. Yeah, because we like I before that, like a few months before that, um, Gabe's spring break came up because he's in school, and so like Gabe and Gino were already planning to link up because Gabe lives in South Carolina. I don't know if that was established yet,
Hmm.
but Gabe like moved from Utah to my bad. I'm like
No, you're good.
but yeah,
There's so many
yeah.
parts that like
Yeah, and like, and so they were doing a trip, and I was like, wait, I was like, am I like, I'm like, let me pull up, and they were like, oh yeah, pull up, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, and so I went I pulled up with them. We chilled in an Airbnb for a week, and that's actually how Parasite ended up because like the next single after Porcelain Rock, we recorded Parasite in the Airbnb. Like Gino, like come on, like bro, like tell them like
yeah, the
you
we
brought your
wrote
whole
it
fucking
and
PC, bro.
yeah, we wrote it and like recorded Parasite basically uh in a couple hours, and that was cool that solidified that we could write a song just on Discord, right? Because that's how we wrote Porcelain Rock, and then we could write one together as like a band. So
Yeah,
it was tight.
yeah, that was
And then that's also kind of the trip where we decided that we'd be dropping Porcelain Rock as our first single. This was probably just 1 month before Porcelain Rock probably came out, the initial time meeting Sav. So um, to kind of just make the timeline add up.
yeah. Yeah, but that was like super sick when because Parasite was probably the most lyrically collaborative song, like because I was able to actually sit with them one on one, and like because a lot of the time, a lot of the other songs I locked myself in the studio and just ripped because I don't even write my lyrics down. I just go like off the top of my head, and then they tell me like, I don't know about this line, I don't know about that line, maybe you could switch it, like this and that, and like but this was very like right on the spot, like and we just established the like Gabe, you were sick on the bed, bro, like
Yeah, dude, you got
yeah.
us all sick, bro.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I came there, like I started coming down with something as I came there. I got all of them sick.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro, it was gnarly.
Yeah,
But I mean, that just goes to show you, for anyone else like that's listening that might be thinking about starting a band or doing something like with today's technology, you can kind of be all around the U.S. or around the world if you do that as well. But you can collaborate with literally anyone to make something and like have it sound good and not just like, oh, here's like a phone recording, have fun, fucking with
Yeah,
that. Like you can do everything on your own that you need to do.
we could. I mean, so I've been using FL Studio for so long. Um, it's one thing to write the song over the internet. That takes some time because I come up with the rhythm and then send it to Gabriel, and it can take some time. But when it comes to putting it together and agreeing on those things, I can just stream it for everybody, and we all just watch it, and like, yeah, 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 and it's like we're all in the same room, so
Yeah, we
heavily,
could not get this done without Discord for sure.
yeah,
100%,
yeah.
and like that just it's very this probably could not have happened so many years ago.
Yeah. Uh, so like take me because obviously like we had mentioned you guys did that rehearsal when you guys went to New York and that's where you ended up playing your two like kind of debut shows that were around there. Like how did it feel? Like obviously rehearsal went well to kind of keep going, but how did that first show feel of like holy shit, like this is actually obviously like the music's already out, but like it feels like the real thing at that point, right?
For sure. I think we really hit it off like harder than we thought we would have our first show.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
definitely.
tough.
Yeah, it like even though we didn't have like we were borrowing other people's amps and gear and stuff, but it was
Yeah.
and like the microphone, bro, like the Brooklyn venue, the microphone literally was brown, crusty brown, and like
The
and
shit
I'm like holding it like this, like I'm just like
yeah.
holding it and like opening my fingers so that the sound comes through, but I wanted to get as close to it as possible. I like
However, though, like it
but like it
only,
still sounded so like literally like right on the spot, like just
I
like
think Severio recorded on his iPhone, like or as a voice memo, and also like on a video, us playing in the studio, and it basically
Yeah.
sounds like our demos, I think, right? And like the songs that are out too.
Not for real.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah, we
but
actually we have that on YouTube,
yeah,
the
we do.
rehearsal. Yeah.
mm,
And those first shows, in the least arrogant way, they only gave us more confidence to want to play again live and to want to drop the EP like a couple months later, right? That's
yeah.
what made us really want to like, okay, we saw the reaction of playing these songs that we have written live. What if we just put them out now to get more people to maybe hear it instead of just like the like lovely few people that came through to our first shows. So
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
definitely want to do more
We pulled
shows.
a really good crowd for like the size of the venue though.
That's
We
good.
It's
filled
pretty
out the
tight.
venue practically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a little dive bar, the first one in Long Island, and like we probably had like 35-ish people, and like it was like they were pulled like all the way down the bar, like
It was dope as fuck.
yeah, and then a little Brooklyn basement the next day.
No, I mean that's what you want. Like you said, it builds the confidence going forward of like, okay, like one, we have a good enough chemistry that this translates not just over Discord, but it translates in person. So we sound good, but then having a good turnout to make and people actually like enjoying it too. Like that really does
Mm.
help kind of strive to keep going. Like hopefully, do you guys have any shows kind of lined up at this point? I know logistically getting all together is probably a little bit of a nightmare, more than setting up this interview. But like, do you have anything planned going for 2026 so far?
We gotta get it together. We literally been talking about this for like we gotta get a show going, but
It's so
I think
hard
I
between
think you
everyone's work and
yeah.
school, but we
Yeah,
will get it done for sure. We're
and we haven't really talked on this, or maybe we have, but we have comments like saying "come here" or like "come here,"
Yeah.
but this is like I feel like a reasonable worry. Like, well, how many like people actually want us there? You know,
Mm,
like is it going to be worth like going out to that? Not worth, because it's always worth playing music live for like people, but is it realistic to make the trip, all of us, to go out to this place that these few people want us to play at?
right.
Yeah.
But we have been talking about just doing another one of the trips that we have done, how we did a Utah trip and then a New York one. We've seen it's kind of, I wouldn't say easy, but if you really get on it, you can book, you get your shows booked and everything. So we really just got to get on
Yeah.
it. Been lazy
Yeah, no,
about
like the way that like no, because they told me the date that they were coming, and I was like out in New York, like trying to like network stuff. Like I was getting shit going, like talking to people, going to local shows like all the time. And then like and I was like, y'all need to come out to New York, come out, and they were like, how's August 13th? And I was like, yeah, just book the flight, just book the flight. And I didn't even have anything planned. And that was like a month before, like almost less than a month before. And so then they said the date, they said the time frame they're gonna be there, and then I was like, all right, I gotta move my ass like in the middle of summer, like to book a venue. And so I had to like contact a few people and like, like it was like almost like I thought my head was spinning off. Like I was like, dude, like I don't even know if these guys are gonna get out here. And like we were kind of like we were expecting like maybe not even do a show, or you know what I mean, like or like
Yeah,
maybe
we
do
were
a
ready
house
to like
show or
not.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it just everything just fell into place for that trip. Like that's really what we need to do. Like we gotta just like lock in a date and then just like
yeah,
let that pressure of like knowing that there's a date like a month ahead, like
yeah.
Yeah.
and
Literally,
then just boom, like yeah,
have the date. The date's the
yeah,
manager.
Yeah.
yeah. Because it's like, what are you gonna do about it? Like,
Right.
Actual though, and honestly, with the rise in, I mean, this is what I've seen, right? A rise in people wanting more shows like this, and a more interest again in just rock music. Um, I do think it'd be more than worth it to just line a few things up. So
Cool.
yeah, so many people are talking about the third wave coming. Like, so many people are like, you heard about that, Michael?
No, I haven't heard about the third wave for like I guess any yeah, because I more listen to a lot more like Midwest emo, so like I'm on fifth or sixth wave
Oh,
with
right.
all that
Yeah,
stuff,
type.
but
Yeah.
I haven't heard of the third wave outside of that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like they're saying like bands coming back, like the band,
Mm,
like like the whole like band scene is coming back. Like definitely out by me because like I'm in New York, but I'm in more specifically in Long Island,
hmm.
and the scene out there is really doing like it's just like I love being out here recently because there's shows like every night. Like
Oh
if
yeah,
I want to go to a show. Like
That's
Sammy, our drummer, his band is playing tomorrow. I'm gonna try to make it there. He's like playing 20 minutes for me, and then there's probably like two other shows all around in that area.
this thing that you're talking about too. It's literally just now happening in Utah as well. I haven't really done my part like Sap has to go out and like connect with any of these bands to be honest, because I honestly don't know too many of them, but probably in the plans to go out and do that. So
yeah,
meet some of the other local bands out here, see what's going on.
yeah. I mean, Minneapolis is always seems to be popping off. Like it's like a big music town in general. Well, Twin
Fuck
Cities.
that, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like one of those nice spots where uh, I think one night I hit at least a couple shows in one night just because like friends were playing at one spot. You kind of go there, hang out for a bit, catch their set, and another one, and then it's like, oh, someone else is playing across town, so you kind of run over there. And depending on the venue that you go to, some shows starting at 5, the other one's starting at 10, so you could probably catch a couple different sets all in one night, which is really nice.
Hey, let us know, man. Like if you see anything that might like where we can like fit in like a puzzle piece or like at a certain show, like
Yeah,
maybe it could work.
yeah,
If
Oh
you
yeah.
know any like promoters or anything.
yeah, that'd be sick. Because yeah, I mean, you guys, there's a few different bands I could probably, I feel like, see you with or on a bill out here. Like, because that's the nice thing here is like we have pockets of all the different genres, but like no one like kind of excludes anyone. Like there'll be a decent amount of like mix shows or everything like kind of sounds similar but might be like adjacent to each other. Like the shows have a decent variety with everything going on, which is nice.
Fire, yeah. I'd love to go out there. I just want to rip a show anywhere.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Uh,
You do Minneapolis? Wait, isn't that near Chicago?
yeah, we're like 6.5
Yeah.
hours away.
Okay, okay. Quick little drive.
Yeah.
I know some people in Chicago. We could get like a mid wait. So like if this is East Coast, like this is like y'all are like mid coast. It's crazy. What do you even call wait, you're like in the middle of the United States. What do you even call that?
We're the Midwest.
Oh, that's considered Midwest?
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Uh, Jumping back into everything, at the time of this recording, your debut EP Syntax has been out for 20, no, yeah, a month and like 2 days. So like, how did it feel? Like, obviously you had the singles kind of rolling out. You had, the excitement from playing those first shows, and then you finally put out the a full body of music with the EP. Like, how did it feel to kind of just get that more stuff out into the world?
I think it's dope. I think it's cool to be able to have music to look back at because it's just something you created. Um, I don't know. I think it means something different to everybody, but that's kind of how I look at it. Like now I can pull out my phone and be like, there it is. Like I can go back, listen to it now over and over. I don't gotta scroll through it in my notes app. It's dope to be able to jam it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole process was like super crazy. Like it was a ride. It was,
Yeah.
like because like we had the same, like we're using this process to like drop the first two singles and then like now doing it with four songs, like it was, like the pressure was on and like but we held it down.
Yeah.
I will say like this, it's been a great EP to listen to. The
Thank you.
little everything that you guys are kind of
Thank
putting
you.
together is just really sick.
Thank you.
There's certain aspects of different songs that I really enjoy. Like there's a there's a spot you kind of do it in two songs, but I think the one in uh in Waiting for Got It, I think is probably my favorite. Is where you kind of switch it up and you kind of bring back some of your like underground like SoundCloud stuff
Yeah.
out into that because like just that little change up just adds so much more to that song vocally.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, no, yeah, that's like I always try to integrate that like because I have like my inspirations like merge between like stuff like Title Fight and Lil Peep, or like 21 Pilots and like American football.
Hmm.
It's like so I kind of just try to like merge the two, where they land and it's yeah.
To add on to that, I think this is it's a good combination of what a lot of us like to listen to too.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah.
Um, there's definitely there's a I have a deep love for Paramore, and their ability to write music at that certain kind of pace of that BPM, and Fall Out Boy. And I don't know if you go back and listen, but there will be, some similarities and stuff. So that project was really just a combination of a ton of things that we all kind of love. Everybody kind of added their own thing.
Yeah.
It's fire.
Yeah, yeah, we definitely reference like Fall Out Boy. Me and Gino have had like a few conversations about like Fall Out Boy and like
Yeah,
their first demo album and shit. Yeah,
I love Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, I mean, they're the goats for a reason.
yeah,
You know, but I think the song that I remember finding originally was Swisher Sweet, which was like a nice introduction to you guys. Because you kind of do
I
that same little bit in that where you kind of change it up like vocally and how you're coming across. But like I don't know what it was about that song. It was just super sick to kind of come across. I think I saw it on the shout out Sad Jams playlist, like everything else. But like came across great, and then great introduction to the rest of the CP, which is it's been fun to listen to and catchy as shit. Like I would was listening to it pretty much on repeat for most of my day to day leading up to this, and like going through it all, like I could just feel
thank you.
myself just going and like repeating lyrics and starting to understand it and get it, and I'm like, fuck, this is good stuff.
It's cool to hear other people's opinions on it because we've kind of like have had those in the safe for quite a while, like and like we have always fucked with it, and like it's like to finally hear how other people like think about it. I think it's awesome.
yeah, yeah. That like when you were just saying that, I just like got chills because like this like those four songs like really like was a substantial point like based off of like a substantial point like in my life personally like I went through like a lot of tough like just like a lot of pain that like brought that out and like it was supposed to be like starting off like toxic to like renewed and and detached from the negative and like that's what I hope people can like understand like going into like like starting from the beginning of it and then coming out like a better person like where they weren't blinded by all of the temptations that life has to offer.
Yeah, I hope everybody can feel the vulnerability as well behind it. Uh, I feel like everybody that has gotten involved with the project has had to push down a ton of walls. So in like in the best way. So
Yeah.
um, it was that's something else I hear when I go back and listen to the project. So it's really
Yeah.
fucking dope.
Yeah, these guys like really just like I give them so much props because like if it weren't I swear like if it wasn't for the way that they wrote these instrumentals like because 100 like the big thing the big picture is like they wrote these instrumentals first and then I just like they structured it, wrote the instrumentals, and I attacked my vocals on like it was we basically made it like it was like a SoundCloud song. Like send me the beat, I'll hop
Yeah.
on it. Like it
Mhm.
wasn't like, back and forth. It was just I get the beat and I hop on it, and like and it just they brought something out in me, like because like the things that like the way that I delivered, like I feel like it just wouldn't have been possible on like the stuff that I was working on like back in the day. And like it's like definitely the realest shit that I've like been saying, like out of like my whole like 10 years of recording and writing.
I don't even think we would have also finished writing the whole instrumental if it wasn't for the snippet that he sent us of him singing it. Like I don't think we had the
Yeah.
full beat. I'm gonna call it the beat because that's literally how we kind of put it together. Like we didn't have the full instrumental slash beat until he sent it back. That was just it's motivation. That's like all it does. It's motivation and just it gives you confidence to just okay now let's take it a step further. Let's actually like make a song out of this. Um, this
And
text
he,
fuck.
he really gave us a better direction to go into because we had no idea what we were gonna sound like with a singer.
Yeah,
Like,
straight
what
up.
could anyone even do to this? Like our songs is like
Yeah,
really
I
set us there.
Yeah,
screen
but it's
recorded it like I screen recorded a lot of my other beats, put it on my story, and was just like, does anybody want to like see what they can do with this? We only were trying to get kind of something together and do
yeah.
it. Just kind of went from there.
Yeah, and then it's like second nature. Like they send me something and I just come up with stuff like it's second nature. And
Yeah.
like I said, I've been writing for like 10 to 15 years, like if you count the little poems I wrote when I was 10. And like it just never melded into the track that way. Like I straight up like they send me something and I get it in like an hour.
Would you say that there's a certain song on the CP that like came to you faster or quicker than like the other songs?
Um oh, Potassium I wrote the quickest. Potassium I did in 20 minutes. I wrote that one in 20 minutes. I changed one line, like the it sucks to suck, but I got a whole lot in this plastic cup. The original lyrics was my whole generation loves to fuck, but I'm asking where the fuck is love? And like it was a little like I said fuck twice, and it's just like a little like too ignorant for like all of our taste combined. And so then I just like threw in so and like so I kind of just made it a little more ambiguous and easier to relate to.
Yeah.
But that one, yeah, that one I had a couple of drinks in me, and then I texted the group chat, and I was like, yo, send me an instrumental, send me one right now, like, and then like or one of the like slid through it with what would have been Potassium, and then I came into my
Because we have a
studio,
group chat that we do. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and then I just straight up was like, I'll put you on a pedestal, and just like ripped it, like I was like. That was like 2 days before I left for Utah. That was like a few days before, and yeah,
I think
like
so, yeah.
that one just straight up like I love screaming. I love it, but only if it's like necessary. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, I think I kind of want to add on to that, yeah. Potassium and Waiting for Godot, right, got me nowhere. Those two, those yeah, they released,
Yeah.
with the EP on the 20th. I had written those though, like summer of 2024, just like part of the rhythms for the instrumental or the
Mhm.
beat, because that's kind of how we put it together. So that they really have been like shelved for a minute, and we had no idea like how we wanted to even present like this music and shit, and it feels like everything just falls into place like every
Yeah.
time. So it's really cool seeing
Oh,
that happen. And then Swisher Sweet and Call Me Up wrote it when the band already existed and very like in the spur of the moment, I'd say. Um, they're all a lot of fun. But yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, well we had fun fact though, we had Waiting for Godot, um Call Me Up, what was it? Waiting for Godot, Call Me Up, and like Potassium like on the line like with Porcelain Rock, and we like made a decision like we were like, nah, Porcelain Rock is it. Like that's the one that like we're dropping as the first thing.
I was freaking
We
out
we were
about it. I
sitting
wasn't
on
gonna
top of
lie.
it. We were sitting on a canyon. We were sitting on top of a
Yeah.
canyon,
Severe. I
like in
probably
Utah.
traumatized them, dude. I probably traumatized them.
No,
Like I think he wanted Gabriel very lightheartedly told us he wanted to make our first single. This was our Utah trip, so the first trip, I said a month before we dropped Porcelain Rock.
Hmm.
Gabriel, he told us, yeah, I want, Sex and Boot or Call Me Up, as the single. I was like, yeah, I can feel that, I want Porcelain Rock. And then Severio, I think, said he wanted Waiting for Godot. And I was
yeah, we
so
all had
set on
like
it being Porcelain
very.
Rock, bro. I was just like, no. I was like, no, bro.
No,
Like,
you're right. That's
something
actually
has to
how it
happen with
went.
this.
Yeah.
And I, I had a really, I just had a feeling though, I don't know, that might sound maybe a little egocentric or something, but I did just have a strong feeling that had to be like the introduction to Levan. So I felt like I really had to convince them and shit, and I did, thankfully.
Yeah.
But it was
No,
tight,
you
bro.
definitely did that.
Moving
Yeah.
though forward, we kind of that made us decide, okay, we should come up with like a system to agree on shit,
Yeah.
agree what we want to do and in direction and stuff. So we've kind of, I mean, we have a group chat that we text on, and we do votes on things, and we'll be very honest with each other, like, nah, I don't like when you did that, or like, this is sounding too much like this, or so.
Yeah.
It's dope. So the workflow's definitely, um, you just had to, I think we just had to approach it kind of like, uh, really just like SoundCloud rap music, dude. Like,
Yeah.
kind of had to dumb it down just a little bit. Text each other back and forth WAV files and MP3 files. Kind of just go from there.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
it's like
mean,
if a band
Yeah,
was like a SoundCloud like
yeah.
stage like that, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are
yeah.
just
Okay, my
go
bad.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
I was just gonna say, we drop SoundCloud a lot, but dude, so much like props to that. Like that's literally internet music right there, So
yeah.
shout out SoundCloud. Just a little bit. Shout out SoundCloud.
No, I was just gonna say too, like, you're just like rethinking about like the band structure and the way that you guys are used to, which people do that with everything during their daily lives. Like, well, we associate things with different things, but to kind of like rethink or reformat like a band style and think about it like your SoundCloud days is really cool because like I don't think I've heard it in like this aspect before. Like you guys aren't sending instrumentals back and forth. You guys are sending beats and stuff like that. Like just thinking about it that way, I think is really cool.
That's how I think about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm the vocalist, so it's like yeah, type shit. Yeah. No, you know what's funny? Because it's like a lot of SoundCloud rappers were once in a band. Like usually, like
Uh,
we're like it's like usually the opposite. Like Ghostman, like if you know about him,
mhm.
like he was in like metal bands and shit growing up, and then he decided to be Ghostman, or Wicca Phase that was in Tiger's Jaw. Like it's like we're like the hybrid opposite. That's
Right.
like the evil twin. Yo, Michael, where's your beer at? Have you taken a sip of your beer, bro?
Yeah, I've been drinking it this entire time.
Oh shit, maybe I'm just too faded to notice. I don't know. Gino, how's your Modelo doing?
I'm about done with it.
All right, hell yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. I woke up from a nap probably like 20 minutes before the interview, and I had not eaten, so I went and grabbed just like a fry really quick. So we're
Uh,
lit on that.
yeah, I know we kind of talked about like the future when it comes to like playing shows, and
Yeah.
obviously the CP is still pretty fresh, only being out for about a month so far. But like, what's like the future look like musically? Not like aside from shows,
We're gonna
for you
take
guys.
proceed. Well, I don't know how much I really want to even like seeing as how we have a pretty good workflow, honestly.
Yeah, we got another single coming up. You can say
Oh
that
shit,
much.
hold on, my bad. Yo, yeah, we have a pretty good workflow, honestly. So holy cow.
Are you lagging a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro's
my
lagging.
bad.
No, you're good.
But yeah, uh, we're writing and putting together songs pretty quickly. I'd say I can confidently kind of say that, going back and forth, hopping on calls and stuff. So the plan is to just try and drop a lot more music. I don't know. We've hinted together at like plans about a project, but we haven't talked much about that. We do want to drop a single soon again, just to kind of because syntax does kind of have this similar vibe throughout the project, and we wanted to kind of back it up with a different one. At least it's kind of how I'm viewing this next single. But we do want to drop a single very soon.
Yeah, this one's really, in my opinion, this one's a real treat. Like, this one's dope as hell.
Oh, yeah. Definitely
It's
It's a
stoked
lot of
like,
fun.
for
it's
when
a
it drops.
different sound, but it's still rooted in ourselves, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
like nothing too far off. But it's more upbeat.
Okay, so probably like more in the vein of like "Call Me" compared to the because I feel like
Um,
that one's kind of upbeat a little bit,
yeah.
especially like
You ever heard like Saturdays at Your Place?
yeah.
Yeah, like type kind of like that.
Okay, hell yeah.
Like more like yeah, like
Like leaning
going
more into
away.
that
Yeah.
almost borderline Midwest emo
The thing
sound a
Yeah.
little
about
bit.
syntax is the whole, yeah,
Bro's lagging.
the syntax was like, yeah, it
Yeah.
was, shit, my bad. Syntax was like 135 BPM, the whole project. So it's a trap BPM. Um, the next song is just more fast paced, and like you said, it is gonna probably be a bit more like Midwesty, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for real. No, like I didn't even know like you kind of stage that as like a trap BPM. Like because like Swisher, like if you saw that video of me like smoking a Swisher sweet, like I'm just like, but if I
Oh,
really was the one, like I'm just like, yeah, like twin.
yeah, it's a party. It's like a jump up and down BPM.
Yeah.
Kind of wanted to.
I'm about to sip lean to this. Like
Yeah, bro. It's kind of what I had in mind though. I think the groove. It's also groove metal. I think BPM. I don't know. Listen to some Pantera and some Danger Plan. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. You nod your head and you headbang to it and you jump up and down to it. While some of the other stuff, some of the more mid Western stuff, more faster, more two steppy,
Mm-hmm.
if you will.
Sick. But yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
I'm stoked to hear that next kind of like iteration of Levan because I think that'll be the nice thing with like normally I don't say this because I'm more of like an EP or LP guy than just like people that release singles all the time. But I think the nice thing with you guys, I think that'll be a benefit to be able to just kind of work on stuff and release singles as you go because it's not like you guys are fully together all the time to kind of maybe flush
yeah.
out something bigger. But it'll be nice because like with your different influences that are coming into it, like the SoundCloudness, like I think each single kind of will really showcase a different light of Levana each time.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. It gives for like each song is a it can be something completely different every time.
Yeah.
So
And it's like if we got through this 4 song bullshit, like we got like one song, like it's like like now like the one song should be a piece of cake. Like
Yeah.
we just got to record Sammy's drums, and like that's
yeah,
probably like the hardest part. The drums is probably like the most difficult part because like recording drums is crazy. Like you know, like it's like you got because it's like you gotta like have a mic on every drum, and then it's
Right.
like boom, like. That's probably like it's like my vocal is like I just gotta EQ compress and like I do the most basic stuff. These guys, we find a tone and then it's like but then the drums we gotta mess around with it.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a little bit of extra hassle.
Yeah.
And I know like we've jumped around a lot between like syntax and like Levan, but is there anything like I'm missing between the two that you want people to kind of know about?
we had a second single called Parasite that dropped as well right before our project. That was in July. Um, that was the one that we had written together, and
Yeah.
where we had kind of experimented with a different uh, pace of song. So that one was a lot of fun. I don't
Yeah.
feel like I got the love. It's getting the love that it deserves. I think more people need to listen to Parasite. Give it a go. Um, it's really tight. It wasn't on the project, but it was a single that came out in between Porcelain Rock and Syntax. Bright blue cover, can't miss it. So definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, like literally like I packed this in my suitcase. It has a Nike Pro sock like wrapped around it. A homie of mine gave it to me. It's like a USB mic. It was probably like $20, like something like cheap. And I recorded it and I couldn't record it better after I got back. Like because I was like, because like I brought this with me just as like a backup, but we just
Hmm.
did that
yeah,
the way it was and they were like y'all they were like I like Sav like recorded with like your fancy mic and like I tried it and I was just like guys like it just doesn't beat the vibe of like when I was sitting with you using this shitty mic and so I just had to like make it sound a little better and then work it in.
yeah. Also, yeah, yeah. That shit was. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off like that, but
No, go.
no, yeah. The recording process on the guitar is kind of as well. We watched like I don't know if you're familiar, Michael, with Periphery, the band.
Mm.
Um, so they have, their guitarist Mark Holcomb. He's my favorite guitarist of all time. We kind of did a little bit of research, and they self-produce their projects. They just do it in their own room, though. They plug in, and they record with live mics. Um, I was thinking, just a bit more forward. We went and bought what is it called? Just like an interface box, right? So I have like a Volt, and then you can also think of it as the Scarlet, right? The more popular one. We went and got just the I think it was Nolly from the band Periphery's plugin, and kind of just dialed in a tone. Um, I love how they're able to get a lot of clear notes with the distortion. I don't know if familiar with that music or anybody that's can be listening familiar with what I'm talking about, but kind of goes hand in hand with us using jazz chords, right? And being able to hear every note. We definitely went and watched some goats do what they did and just did it on our end and got similar pickups and the plugins and everything and kind of learn to mix with our ear and figure it out from there, MIDI some drums for a
Yeah.
demo and then Sammy, our drummer, we send it to him, and he honestly just rips it from there. He'll add his own stuff all the time, so it's really dope. Just wanted to add on to the recording process. I think it's fun to talk about.
Yeah, dude, that's
No,
awesome.
yo, and then speaking of Parasite, like it's like they like basically like the way it happened, bro. Like, well, first off, we went to a liquor store because we wanted to get like some like vodka or something, like some type of like shit to get lit, and I didn't realize I'm from New York, so like I'm used to just go to the liquor store, go to the bar, get 10 shots, like whatever. And then like we go into the liquor store, they're like hard assing us and just over a bottle of vodka. And then but we ended up acquiring the vodka and then I ended up drinking like half of it because I'm just an asshole, you know? and then and then like they start recording and they start doing Parasite. I'm like already gone by then, and then I wake up like all of a sudden, like, you know, I'm sitting on the couch and then I wake up in my bed at the Airbnb and then Gino just plops the JBL speaker on me and he's like, peep this, and then it's like I was like, yo, wait, we doing this shit? And then I just hopped into the living room. I start singing. Gabe's sick as fuck on the couch. And then he's like showing me shit on his phone, like because I'm like, keep a candle lit, and then he's like, and then he shows me his phone and it said shadowed silhouettes, and I was like, keep a candle lit, shadowed silhouettes, and then, like, you know,
Nah, dude, you would not stop till it was done, bro.
yeah,
Like you were
yeah.
up to like 5 a.m.
Yeah, yeah, that was the morning, and then we like didn't get it done until like 5 a.m. like later that night. Like we were just like labbing on it like periodically, like we like stopped for burgers and stuff. And then I drank the other half of the bottle of vodka like later that next night. And then I we finished the song, but then I wake up and then bro texts me like Gino like texts me yo, clean up the front door. And I was like, what? And like,
uh,
and I was like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I'm like cooking eggs and like, I'm not thinking about a thing in the world. Like, I feel good. And then I just like, and he's like, no, just like look at the front door. And I walk and like, I thought it was gonna be outside of the front door. Is throw up. I fucking puked like inside at the front door. I didn't even make it out the door, bro.
it was so crazy.
Yeah, and there was like and like we just had the top floor. Like there was girls that lived under like underneath, like they like owned the apartment. Like they rented the apartment underneath. And like 2 days before they like brought us Girl Scout cookies and they were like, "Yo, we heard you guys like practicing our music and like, you know, like we just want to give you these cookies and like can you play a song for us?" Like they fucked with us. And like my dumbass like puked at their front door.
That was
And
basically
like
one of our first live sets.
yeah, and like luckily, like shout out Jen because like she still follows us and like likes all of our stuff. So like I guess
Yeah,
I cleaned up my puke like good enough. You know what I mean? Like because I cleaned it up. Trust me, like you know what I mean? So like I guess all is well that ends well and like maybe we'll be back. Like maybe we'll be back for more because like next time I go to Utah, that was a nice house to like rent out.
It was a pretty dope house.
And like they still fuck with us, so I'm like, okay, like shout out Jen, like
at the time, we didn't have Sammy quite yet, so we had these MIDI drums playing through like a JBL speaker.
yeah,
She gave us like a metronome countdown, and we basically played through it for Jen, the homegirl who was living downstairs. I forget who she said she was living with. That was basically our first set. They like came and she came up and asked to listen to us because I guess
yeah,
she could obviously hear us from up from downstairs. So
yeah. And we were worried about being loud at night, but she's like, nah, like do your shit, do your thing, do your thing.
it was pretty dope.
And then there's me like off like half a bottle of vodka, fucking like screaming.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
They
Well,
brought my New York, they brought my New York ass over to Utah. And they were like, bruh, what is this guy? What breed is he?
But hell yeah, everyone, if you haven't already, make sure to check out Porcelain Rock, Parasite, and all of Syntax as well. We'll start to transition here in the episode. This is obviously Beers with Bands. You don't have to be drinking on these episodes because I'll definitely do that for you. But I know you guys have some beverages in front of you on this fine Thursday afternoon or evening. What are you all drinking today?
I got a Heineken, tall boy.
Modelo. But pop another just
Can't go wrong with tap water.
Nice, hell yeah.
and the Benjamin.
How's the tap water in South Carolina?
It's like gray. Just kidding. I don't know, dude.
It's a little discolored. Nah, it's alright. It's alright.
What you
Also,
got, Michael?
Porcelain Rock cover is Gabriel's backyard right now, I'm pretty sure, right?
Facts.
Oh yeah, yeah. What beer you got, Michael?
For this episode, I got some good old hams.
Hams.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
I
that?
don't know what that is.
Is that some Minneapolis shit?
Well, it is originally from here, but
No.
That's
but
tight.
so like PBR.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I always say that hams is like PBR's like cousin, just like not
Yeah.
as heavy, more light, but just like that one beer that's always at the dive bar for cheap. I can get a 30 rack for like $20. It's
Oh
nothing.
hell yeah. Oh yeah. No. Speaking of beers, yo, our second single, Parasite. What was it originally called?
Pacifico.
Yeah, it was originally called Pacific.
Because why? Because we drank like maybe like 50 Pacificos over that drink. Over
Yeah.
that trip.
That's such a
Yeah.
good beer.
Two
That's a
beers
really
in.
good beer.
Two tall boys in.
It's too easy to drink, honestly. I should have tried to find a Pacifico.
Yeah, no, those
But
are
those are pretty
ah,
good,
I
too.
miss those because they don't have them over here really. Like
Mm.
they'll have them at like some beer distributors, like those like warehouses, but like New York, they don't have that shit.
Hmm.
Yo, like yeah, Utah is crazy, bro. Like I went there and like they remember when we went to 7-Eleven to get beers on a Sunday and they looked at us mad weird.
Oh yeah, Utah. Yeah, you can't get alcohol on Sundays.
The liquor
Yeah.
store's closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
That's why, I mean, all right. I don't know if we're gonna even
like not
dive
like
into
like not talking shit on Utah. Like Utah's cool
Yeah,
as fuck, but
and not to even talk just the religious influence, it can just be lessened, I think.
let it out, just let it out.
It's just, oh man, there's just too much religious influence, truly, if we even want to call it, that religious. But yeah, it's too much of that, just a little bit. But um, thankfully, a lot of like I was saying earlier, a lot of more um, music's coming out, and a lot more shows being announced all the time, and
Yeah.
like the things that are usually, I would say, against the grain here. So I would hope to only see just more of it. So
Yeah.
I can see that things are kind of like changing, and now I see flyers to shows I can actually go to like check out and shit. That am like kind of interested in. Because I was at the thing at first, I was like, I don't really know where to go. Like, where am I supposed to even? But just as of recently, there's just been a ton of more like flyers and things. So
Yeah.
these bands that look pretty dope. And some of them we follow each other back and forth on Instagram. I would say that's how you recognize, like each other's existence sometimes. As like bands.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I've
There's
noticed.
a movie called SLC Punk.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that
I
honestly.
haven't either.
I seen CBGB though.
I don't even know what that is.
CBGB. I remember I was telling you about. Remember we passed it and they turned it into like a fucking like high-end clothing store for like fake punks.
That
Was
checks
this in
out.
Utah?
No, in
Uh,
the city.
Yeah,
No,
it's in
like
New York.
yeah,
It's like a
it's
legendary punk venue.
yeah.
Dang. No,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
no.
don't. A lot went down in New York. I don't remember that
Yeah,
though.
yeah. No, yeah, it's like CBGB, it's like the punk scene. Yeah. Like they had this like venue. It was supposed to be for it CBGB stood for like country bluegrass and like something else or whatever. And like the guy was like a country, he liked country music, but then all these people pulled up like the Ramones and Blondie and
Oh,
uh,
that's like that's the real
yeah,
Bronx like
and like
scene.
Joan Jett, Lou
My bad.
Reed, and like they all pulled up and they were just they were like, "Let me play here," the Talking Heads, and then he was like, "I guess so. Like this is supposed to be a country venue, but okay," and then it just turned into the legendary punk venue.
Uh, and then also SLC Punk is definitely a good watch. And I
Yeah,
haven't
I
watched
need to
that
see that.
recently, but it's been on my list to rewatch. It's a good one. They did make an SLC Punk 2. I haven't watched that one just because it looked very like cheesy and stick to the original because
Yeah.
that's where it's at. But yeah, no, dude, this has been a great time kind of chatting about everything you guys have going on and the whole world of Levan. I like to end off these episodes on kind of a high note. Not to say that we're not already like on a good moment already, but my final question to the three of you is, from your time in Levan, what has been like your favorite moment that you've gotten to experience?
Hmm.
Mine, I would say the progression of just seeing the progression of skill and growing as all of us like together, like we're seeing a difference from where we like very first started and like today we're totally different, like always evolving and like keep getting better and pushing forward and stuff like that.
I would say the same exact thing. Um, Being like you know, friends with Gabriel for hella long, and then with Sav as well for a couple years now as well. The band with how much goes on and everything, it can feel like a long time in that short span, and that's like I think a good thing because it is a ton of growth. Um, I feel like we literally get better every time we write something with communication and like the skill and shit like that. So whatever umbrella term like all this falls under that I was piggybacking on what Gabe said. That's been like one of my favorite things. It's done so much character development. I think for everybody, and I would not be doing it. I would not be doing it with anybody else for real. So
Facts. Me neither, bro.
shit's been tight.
Yeah, no, for real. Like it's been crazy and like what was I gonna say? I just lost my train of thought. Um no, just like yeah, the fact that like we actually like I what really just like got me is just like that we made most of this stuff like we have our Discord sessions and stuff, but we really just made this stuff through like texting in a group chat a lot of the time. And like a lot of back and forth and a lot of like compromise and a lot of going into like going it's heading into the unknown because like we don't even have anything to reference off of like in this aspect and just we still made it work and it's like super cool. Like it's like we came out of it and like we're still like we really did that like and like we just got to keep doing it and like the big like what really like highlighted all of this so far is that like the shows
Yeah.
just like
I
like
also want. Yeah,
that
my
was
bad.
just
Go ahead. My
beautiful
bad.
like because I used to like these guys because I used to perform back in the day like when I was like doing like the SoundCloud stuff but it's just nothing compared to like having like real life people like just having these guys like behind me like doing this stuff and like us just like all coming together where like I'd like where like I can like place my vocals like in that place like where they're all like everyone's there. Like it's not just like a DJ like pushing a track, like based off of my past experience. Like it was just like something super magical and like I was having chills like the whole time doing it.
Another thing is um, the transition from the SoundCloud world, and there's never any disrespect when we talk about it. There's just no other way to really word it, right? From our time doing that, like music, that no rules and any and all that. Um, the like dying love for post-hardcore, Midwest emo, grunge music, post-punk music, uh, all this jazz, jazz fusion, all this. That's another thing that kind of kept it together too. So if it wasn't for everybody's dying love of straight up just the music and rock music, dude, overall, really wouldn't be doing this. Like I think everybody at some point wanted to we all liked it, we've all talked about it and liking it already heavily at some point in our lives when we were younger. And now it's kind of just revisiting it, but I think in a more artistic way, not to sound cocky or anything, but just back at it after hearing so much of it, wanting to say it in our own way, and wanting to say it in a different way with different chords, if you will, and maybe different lyrics and different styles of playing, mixing all different kinds of genres and shit. So it's so sick having this creative outlet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, those are all solid moments,
Yeah,
and
and like yeah, and I mean, Gino, not to put you on the spot, but like don't be shy. Like you've had placements, like you have really good placements as a producer, like before any of this.
Yeah. So exactly,
Like you know
as
how it is too. Yeah.
yeah, bro. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I appreciate that. Definitely, you know, shout out to the homies, man. Dillinger, you
Yeah.
know, Edison, all Spider Gang and all that shit, and Trompster and all those homies. Uh, there's been plenty of moments where like already produced, beats and stuff for I don't even know. I don't know, what kind of genre to call it, just R&B and kind of stuff like that. And
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
receive
you do fire
confirmation.
plug-in B stuff.
Yeah, just kind of stuff, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, no, like because he's being humble right now, but like this guy like does like really good beats. Like I because I made two songs for
Hey,
him, two, three, four, maybe like
oh
I
yeah,
think
we
like
did.
maybe like four total songs, like
Yeah,
where I used his beats and like that's how we originally like connected.
yeah.
And he's like so skilled, so talented. And I mean, like, so is Gabe. Like not to bro. Like everybody here is like on par, like 100%.
I um when I first got FL Studio, it was to make electronic music and shit. Dude, there's like stock real life drum kits. Started playing around with that, making these demos and stuff. Dude, it was over after them. I was like, we just got to keep going. Like now we can. This is just more accessibility to writing and stuff. So it's so sick.
no, yeah, those are all solid moments, and I hope you guys keep getting to experience great moments as you guys keep growing and you know putting out more stuff, playing more shows, hopefully, and just keep going from here, wherever the shows might pop up and wherever people will see you. Um, if anyone's looking for merch, music, or Levan in general, where can they find it?
Yo, we're actually thinking about talking about merch. Sav, you want to talk
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, yeah, like basically I know how to like I do like screen printing and stuff like that. And for our last show, I screen printed like 40
Yeah,
shirts to like give out to our fellow band, like our fellow like the people on the bill, and so like give it away most of the part, and then sold like half of it. But a lot of people really like the two different samples that I made, and I'm thinking about we're thinking about putting it up
I
for
tried to
sale.
find the T-shirt, but honestly, I can't find it.
Yeah. Yeah, I made two different ones. I made one I had help from another friend that does calligraphy, and like we did like a nice little script like Levan logo, and then Gino made the other design. I printed them. So it was all like nice little collaborative effort there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that came out sick.
Yeah, we'll probably sell them through the DMs for now, and then if things pick up, then like if volume increases and it's like worth it to make a spot Shopify, then we'll do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, depending on where you found this episode, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, or you watched the YouTube version, got to see their lovely faces like I did tonight. Make sure you check the hyperlinks down below and follow them on all the socials. Be ready for new music, new merch, possible show dates, and all that fun stuff. Dudes, like one last big thank you to the three of you for taking the time out of your Thursday to sit down with me and talk about your band.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you
yeah,
for your time.
yeah, dude. Thanks for having us, bro.
Everyone be sure to go follow Levan and make sure you go check out Syntax and be ready for everything coming next.
Hey,
I'll catch
yeah.
everyone on the next episode. See you.
Later.
Peace.